Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we are back with another lore video. Today's topic is the Cursed Company, so without further ado, let's begin. Many races have seen their kind become dogs of war, mercenaries, if you will, Imperial Knights, Orc Boys, Dwarf Gunners, but perhaps the most interesting group of mercenaries able to be hired are a band of undead warriors, the Cursed Company. Yes, you heard me correctly. There is a group of undead which lend their services to anyone willing to work alongside them, and obviously pay their prices. And this is their tale. Long ago, a young mercenary captain by the name of Richter Kreugar roamed the lands of the old world with his band of ruffians, cutthroats, and bandits. Their goal is simple: to sell their services to anyone willing to pay their price, or afford it for that matter. They cared little for who they fought for, as long as their pockets were lined well. Towns would be raided, trade routes disrupted, farms destroyed. It was a bloody life, but it was a simple life. Surely Richter and his men cared little for what they were tasked to do. Greed had taken over their minds. They would work for anyone who would pay them, and the gravity of this was proven with time. It is said that long ago, a necromancer had approached the young captain. The necromancer wished to wage war against the Empire, and offered Richter and his men more money than they could ever possibly imagine. Naturally, the company, being as corrupt as they were, raised their weapons in the name of this necromancer. The Imperial province of Ostland was the first target. Hordes of Richter's ruffians, bolstered by the necromancer's undead legions, ran rampant across the province's capital of Wolfenburg. Ostlanders were dying by the hundreds, thousands even. But Ostlanders are stubborn, and they will not allow themselves to be destroyed. So they fought on and on. Thankfully, using the darker forms of magic can take its toll on the wielder, and it would seem that this was the case for the necromancer. He was growing weaker, his power was dwindling, and Richter surely noticed. It was then when an Ostland spy appeared and offered Richter and his men a deal. Betray the necromancer and receive both a pardon for their crimes and a hefty sum of money. Richter, knowing that the necromancer was playing a losing game, knew this was his best option to save his hide and make some cash. He only needed the perfect time to strike. The Ostlanders were repelling the undead, and they were getting closer and closer to the necromancer. He was desperate and in a state of panic. Now was his chance. Richter struck the necromancer down, ending the war. Surely his pardon and money were not long to claim. Richter would unfortunately not claim his spoils of war, however, for as the necromancer lay dying, in his last act of spite and malice, and with the last of his power still remaining, he uttered a curse upon Richter. Dark magics took hold of him, and his skin began to rot away in a matter of seconds. Then, as quickly as the war had ended, Richter dropped to the ground, dead, or at least for the time being. The war was over, and tales of these events were lost in time. Nobody would remember Richter's sort of heroic deeds. Richter the mercenary was gone, but they would remember Richter the damned. Richter woke again just one day after he had fallen. His form turned beyond recognition, his skin and hair now gone. He was a living skeleton. The necromancer's curse would bring him back and take away from him that which people wished for at the end of their lives, a true death. Many times Richter had been cut down, and yet many times again he would rise once more. Interestingly enough, he had control of his own mind. What was left of it, that is. The necromancer's curse robbed him of death, and robbed him of the chance to forget. Richter now roams the lands of the old world, seeking true death, and funnily enough, still selling his services as a mercenary. He fights for any race, but not those affiliated with the undead, as he despises them with every fiber of his being. Interestingly enough, Richter does not fight alone. You see, the curse affected him in a number of ways. Other than being a self-conscious skeleton that is unable to die, those who Richter strikes down also rise as skeletons, and also serve him. It is unknown, however, if Richter also seeks a true death for his newfound companions, or if he simply doesn't care and only seeks his own true death. Until then, for centuries he will roam the old world, still searching and still fighting. Maybe one day soon, he will find his true and final death. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our lore video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all again very, very soon.